more and more people actually want you to share their stuff because you literally get paid just for reposting content on Instagram. I don't know why people cry and complain about clipping your stuff. Like, it's free promotion.
It's really minimal work. There's research done and you're just reposting.
Yeah, exactly. Because the content's already out there for us to use. The fastest way to find content for these Instagram theme pages is...
Welcome back to another episode of Wealthy Creator. I am your host, Justin Berry, and today I got a guy, man, we just met. I really feel a connection with this dude. He's in our media space, killing what he's doing on Instagram. So for everybody that's listening, everybody that's tapping in and watching, you know, take out your notes because I didn't already got a lot of game and just, you know, in the introduction. I'm excited, bro. I introduced to you all Ty Rashad. What's up, brother?
I appreciate the intro, bro.
How you doing, man?
Good.
Nah, man, I appreciate you for coming. You know, we're finishing up, you know, an event week. And my guy Omar hit me like, hey, I got somebody for you, man. You're gonna want to talk to him. And so I tapped into your Instagram a little bit, and I see what you about. I respect it, bro. Like, I love what you're doing. I love what you're representing out there and how you're sharing the information.
I appreciate it.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of gatekeepers, right? A lot of people not gonna give it up when they start seeing that money come in, right? They want to hold that information. And so what you're doing on your platform by sharing it and telling people about it, it's awesome, bro. How you feeling though?
I'm good, man. I woke up this morning. I can't complain.
I hear you. So why don't you just tell everybody what it is that you do professionally?
Yeah, so my name is Taijuan Rashad, 22 years old. And I help people build, scale, and grow something called theme pages, faceless Instagram pages. These are super big pages like the Shade Room, Puberty, Daquan, Spiritual Word. There's a good chance that you probably follow some of these pages. And what most people never really tell you or show you is how much money do these pages make? Yeah. And before I got into owning them, I was actually the person using them. And yes, a little bit about me, what I do and how I could be of help to people.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. Let me ask you something. Faceless theme pages. A lot of people are going to have questions about that and trying to understand what you mean by that. I did an episode with Nolamo, shout out to him from Think Media, and we discussed faceless YouTube pages.
Yeah.
But when I mentioned that to you earlier, you said some things that was like, yeah, that's cool, but.
Yeah, nah. So a faceless Instagram theme page is basically a faceless page that posts specific content for a specific group of people. The reason I love Instagram theme pages so much is because you literally get paid just for reposting content on Instagram. So nothing against YouTube, faceless YouTube, but the thing I love about Instagram theme pages the most is it's not like YouTube where you have to get, you know, a script writer, you have to get a voiceover person, you have to get a video editor, you have to get all these team members just to create this one video and put it out and build this platform on YouTube. But instead with Instagram, you're literally just reposting content that's already been posted on the internet.
Yeah.
So for people that may be confused, Taijuan, what is an Instagram theme page? The definition of it is a faceless page that posts specific content for a specific group of people. So those sports highlights pages you follow, those food pages you probably follow, you name it, there's probably an Instagram theme page on it, a weight loss page, a workout page, a business page, entrepreneur page, success page, a photography, videography page. There's literally Instagram theme pages in all these niches. And I love it because we're just getting content that creators are already putting out there. We're putting it on our platform and we're building this audience of people. So for example, let's say I was into throw a niche, just say one, just say a random one.
Let's just say for giggles, real estate.
Real estate. Okay, cool. Let's say you're into real estate. There's actually a lot of real estate Instagram theme pages out there, but let's say you're into real estate, right? Let's say you're a realtor. You start this faceless Instagram theme pages of the best houses in Atlanta, Georgia, because that's where I'm from. And you just post the coolest and dopest properties. You never show your face. You never show who you are. But at the bottom of every single post, you're telling people, hey, if you want to learn more about this listing, comment the word info and I'm going to shoot it right to your inbox. You're basically using the content. You're basically getting all these videos that you're finding on the internet. Keep in mind, we're not going to these houses. We're not creating the videos. We're literally finding the videos that are already on the internet. We're downloading them. So a quick tip of advice. And let me know if I'm ever going too many directions because I get kind of passionate about
Give
it.
up the game, bro.
But the fastest way to find content for these Instagram theme pages is TikTok. TikTok is my favorite place to go. And then there's this other tool that I like to use. called page growth. But basically with TikTok, what we do is we go to TikTok, we type in whatever niche we're in. So you said real estate. Let's go a little bit deeper because I like to be very niche down with it.
Okay.
Let's say Atlanta real estate.
Okay.
I'm going to type into TikTok, Atlanta real estate or Atlanta mansions, Atlanta houses, whatever. I'm going to use these different terms. I'm going to click the 3 dots in the top right of your phone on TikTok. It's going to say filters, and then you're going to sort it by most liked. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this content. I'm going to get this content from TikTok. I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to take it to this website called snaptik.app. I'm going to download the video without a watermark. Now I'm going to post that video on my page, give credit to the person who created this video on TikTok.
All right.
Do this 2 to 3 times per day. And now I'm building this audience, this audience of people who love these houses, in this case in point, these who love houses in the Atlanta market.
Bro. So I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
And I hope that, again, I'm telling you all, take the notebook out because he's going to give it up. Right? Like, this is interesting, man, because immediately I'm like, the Faceless YouTube, there's work being put in, right? You got to do research, you got to make thumbnails, you got to do titles, you got to build that page still, even though the content is like repurposed content. Yeah. With Faceless and themed Instagram pages, it's really minimal work. Yeah. There's research done and you're just reposting.
Yeah, exactly. Because the content's already out there for us to use. Something I tell people all the time is if it went viral once, it can go viral twice. Me and you may not know why something went viral, but it did. Whether it was a psychology that was used behind it, whether it was a sound, I don't know. I really don't care why something went viral. I just know it did. Yeah. So I'm going to take the most viral videos that I can find that are all over the internet right now. I'm going to bring them back to my page and I'm going to create it in a way. I'm going to create this page in a way where you can find all the best kind of content in this specific niche on this one page. And this is how we're building audiences of 1, 2, 3, 4, 500,000 people. Yeah. And to sum up my point, let's say you were a realtor, for example. Let's say you were in that Atlanta market. I'm not exactly sure how actual real estate works and realtors and things like that. But now let's say you were able to build a list of buyers, people interested in buying some of the houses you're showing. Like you came to some of these homeowners like, hey, you may be working with a company already, X, Y, and Z, but I actually have somebody that's like interested in buying this house right now. I don't know exactly how real estate works, to be completely transparent with you. Yeah. But imagine if you built this page up and you literally had a list of buyers ready to buy all these properties that you're posting. It's literally like a hidden gold mine. That's why I love these pages so much.
No, but this sounds amazing. I'm questioning what it is I do as a profession. But in all seriousness, one thing you also said was that you give credit to the creator.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that was going to be I'm like, all right, bro, you just going to go take my video.
Nah, yeah. Right. We're giving credit to the creator. And a lot of people ask me that question. That's a really good question and concern. Taijuan, what about copyright infringement? What about taking other people's stuff? What about all these things that can happen to you? And that's a very good point. But what I've realized is in my years of running these pages, there's only been on one occasion where something has gotten taken down because I took somebody's content. And how we mitigate that from happening is, and I take full responsibility for it because I didn't give them credit. I literally straight up swiped their stuff. I just posted as if it was mine and it got taken down. They reported it, did whatever they did, got it taken down. But I learned from that. And what I realized is as long as we're giving credit to these creators, as long as we're giving credit to the person that created this piece of content, what you'll realize is 80 to 90% of the time, people are okay with it. Why? Because it's a win-win-win for all parties. It's a win for us because we're building an audience of people who love content like this. It's a win for the creator because guess what? We're tagging you in this post. So if it goes viral, you're about to get likes, you're about to get followers, you're about to get engagement, you're about to get all these things. But it's super important that you're giving credit. And if somebody tells you to take something down, respect their wishes, just take it down. Nothing legally, at least I've never seen nothing like that go that far. But it's like news channels. I'm not sure if you follow the news, but they literally take stories. Like for example, the Young Thug Rico case, for example, every single news outlet you can possibly think of in Atlanta, Georgia right now is probably sitting outside in the courthouse listening to every little bit because they want to capitalize off of somebody else's content. They want to capitalize off of somebody else's story. We do it every day already. We're just doing it on social media now.
So let me ask you this. Are there people or maybe brands or certain pieces of content that as a creator who may have some concern about copyright infringement, do you stay away from certain things? Because I know there's like certain creators that they have a team that just reports everything. Like if you touch it. Yeah. So how are you mindful of that type of content?
That's a good question. So I'm just mindful, and this is I learned my lesson, but I'm very diligent and paying attention to DMs, paying attention to my email, because I found out that the person that actually reported one of my posts and got it taken out, they told me like 3-4 times. I'm not even gonna lie, but I never seen it. I overlooked it.
Okay.
And they really took it there. But what I realized is most of the time people are gonna message you first, like, hey, can you take this down? Or hey, can you give me credit or whatever it is? Just respect their wishes.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're moving in a day and age where more and more people actually want you to share their stuff. Now, will you get those handful of people that probably don't? Yeah. But one of the biggest creators in the world, Mr. Beast, I remember he posted a video recently, and he was telling people, like, I don't know why people cry and complain about clipping your stuff. Like, I want everybody to clip my stuff. That's what he said.
It's free promotion.
It's free promotion.
Yeah.
And as long as you're giving proper tags, it's usually not a problem.
Yeah. No, I think it's great. Like, it's funny. Like, I'm on both sides of the coin as the individual that has like encouraged people to create so much. And I'm like, no, don't go Faceless. I need you to brand yourself.
Yeah.
But what you're speaking of essentially is creating a way of making money without having to do so much heavy lifting. Whereas, like yourself, right? Like, when I looked your name up, you came up, got a solid following, right? Like, you still have your own personal brand, even though you may have other pages that are Faceless and things. Yeah. How do you kind of tie what you do into building your own personal brand?
Yeah, good question. So, like I said before I actually was the person owning these pages, I was the person using these pages. So for those of you who are creators, business owners, entrepreneurs, the fastest way to scale and grow your business is using these Instagram theme pages. OPA is what I like to call it, other people's audiences. Me and you may not have 1, 2, 3, 4, 500,000 followers, but there's somebody who does. Let's leverage your audience. Pages like The Shade Room, Wealth, Spiritual Word, Puberty. These are all Faceless Instagram pages that literally where they make the bulk of their money is advertisements from people like you and I, business owners like you and I, paying to get posted on their page. So after you pay to get posted on a page, what you'll realize is you can promote your products and services. You can generate revenue. Well, let's say you're the person using the page. That's one way, is actually making money from using the pages. And then obviously the other way is making money from owning the pages. And when I started owning my own pages, because I realized I was sending these people tens of thousands of dollars, and I looked at that in my end of year statement, I paid these theme pages over $100,000 to promote my stuff. Now, keep in mind, it was extremely profitable, so it really worked. But I said, hey, like, what if I own my own page, and instead of me paying people to post my stuff, what if people pay me to post their stuff? And on top of that, I can post my own brand on my own page whenever I want. So I did just that. I got an Instagram theme page. I bought one because I figured it was a lot faster. Had like 49,000 followers, paid $6,500 for it. I used a 0% interest credit card, so it came no money out of pocket. Wow. By month 3, I made my initial investment back. By month 4, I was consistently making $10,000 a month with the page. And then what I was doing, and when I'm saying $10,000 from the page, I'm not even talking about the side of where I'm promoting my own stuff. I'm talking about just off of people paying to get posted on my page. And then when I integrated my own stuff, I started making even more money, because then I started posting posts. And I made it look so organic. It was like, hey, like I would throw on my own brand, my own business. You see how I have 189,000 followers? Yep. Over 100,000 of those followers came from theme pages, like using them. It's super powerful. And when you own a page, it's so easy to integrate your own brand. Yeah,
man, that's so much game right there, bro. It's crazy. Like when I hear these different strategies that people use to create this, it's like, you're just telling me what I've seen before. Yeah. Like I've seen it over and over again. Yeah. I keep seeing it. Like I've seen these basketball pages. Like Bleacher Report doesn't have a page, like a person's face that's tied to it. Exactly. Somebody's making some money on it. Even when I think about it, you mentioned the Shade Room, right? Every so often from Shade Room or like a Hollywood Unlocked, there's a post about, hey, if you want promo, DM me that. And so like those are those opportunities that you're getting to monetize and build on. That's wild, bro. Like
exactly. In the Shade Room, fun fact. Yeah. The Shade Room, in an article that I found online, one of the investors in the Shade Room actually confirmed that they made 8 figures in a single year just from advertisements, with 90% of their revenue coming from advertisements. This is posting other people's stuff. So if you go in the Shade Room right now, I don't know when you're watching this. I don't know if you're watching this today. I don't know if you're watching this 2-3 months from this being recorded. Yeah. But if you're watching this, I guarantee if you go to the Shade Room right now, you can even pull it up. You go to the Shade Room right now, I guarantee you're going to see Fashion Nova at least 3 times within the last 24 hours on their page. Yep. I tell people this all the time. I feel like Fashion Nova, and obviously they probably have some contracts, so like they don't disclose this. I guarantee Fashion Nova is paying them at least $2-3 million a year just for that attention.
It has to be. Like it's a ratio of like 2 to 3. Every 2 posts we're gonna put out 3 Fashion Nova.
Exactly. And the crazy thing is, in 2021 or 2022, I forget what year it was, don't quote me on it, but Fashion Nova was one of the fastest growing online retail brands, and their number one marketing strategy was using influencers and using these big theme pages, and people don't realize it.
Yeah.
It's insanely crazy when you think about, like, attention is a new currency.
Yeah.
If you can cultivate and get that attention on this one digital asset, this one Instagram theme page, people will pay you some serious money just to post their brand on your stuff.
No, man, like, you know, when you really think about it, it's nothing new.
Nah.
They're doing with something digital like an Instagram platform what everybody did with like their clothing.
Yeah.
Right. Like I had a friend, you know, way back, like maybe like 10 years ago now. He had a hat, the retired drug dealer hat.
Yeah.
All right. It looked like a military hat, but it was retired drug dealer. And they photoshopped Jay-Z wearing it and put that picture out with no intention of selling the hat.
Yeah.
They made the hat for themselves. It didn't photoshopped him.
That's fire.
It went viral, went crazy. One of Jay-Z's like designers asked for him. He actually wore him.
Really?
And then, I mean, those hats still make money.
That's crazy.
Like it was wild. Like the success he was able to. He ended up in Forbes because of that hat. And so this is the same thing. Like this is using a platform and creating these themed pages because it's so niche. It's extremely niche. And so you can get, like you said, there's so many people on the platform. And that's why I try to tell people, even that are in our creator program, if you think that you got nothing to say, you're wrong. If you think that you got nothing good to post, you're wrong. Right? There's an audience for you somewhere, right? There's a group of people that love to hear your information and what you have to offer.
Let me add to that. If you feel like you're an introvert and you don't want to get in front of the camera, but this is the only way to get new clients, get new sales, you're wrong. Like you can do this faceless, and that's the super cool part about it. There's this one, I don't know if there's any editors in the creator program, but if there's this one faceless Instagram theme page right now. This is actually an idea. Like I literally just wrote this down in my notes the other day. This is going to be my next faceless Instagram theme page. And I'm sure it was going to make me at least 5 figures a month reoccurring. Wow. But there's this new thing going on where people are creating faceless Instagram theme pages, and as a creator, as a video editor, they're giving out free asset packs, they're giving out free fonts, they're giving out free sound effects, they're giving out all these free things. But the videos are so trending, they're so catchy, they hook you in so well that not only does the person that's behind this page have over like 60,000 followers in only 4 months, but I guarantee he's making at least 5 figures a month reoccurring just off of people like myself who want him to edit their videos. Because I remember I reached out to the dude. I was like, yo, you give out all this game, like I want you to edit for me, because obviously he's knowledgeable.
Right.
And he came back to me and said, yeah, it costs $2,000-$3,000. And I was just thinking to myself, like, yo, what if I started my own page? I partner with an editor, a video editor, because I don't do that myself. I put my Instagram theme page sauce on it. And they just posted content. That is literally a cheat code. If there's anybody that's thinking about starting a short form content agency,
don't worry about it. Don't worry, it's done. Don't worry about it. That offer's off the table. All right, we're gonna talk after this.
The page, so these people can go look. Artsen Media, I believe it's called ARTZEN Media or something like that. Going crazy. You don't ever see this guy's face. You don't even hear his voice. He's using AI voiceovers or something to create the videos. He's going crazy with it, but that just shows you that there's ample opportunity. There's no excuse for somebody to go out there and not want to start their business or not knowing how to get sales or garnish new attention to their business. There's absolutely no excuse.
No, dude. You brought up another page, the Daquan page.
Yeah.
That page was sold for how much? Do you know off the top of your head?
Daquan was sold for $85 million.
Do we know who bought it?
Warner Music. It's a music label.
Yeah, I knew it was a label.
It's crazy. $85 million.
And it was just memes.
It was just memes. But the crazy part about it is they created a free Instagram account. They posted 2 to 3 times per day, posted something that they loved, which is memes. And in the end, and don't get me wrong, I don't want people to think that this was like an overnight success. No, they were at this for years.
Yeah.
And they ended up selling the whole brand, the page as a whole, for $85 million to a freaking record label.
What a come up, bro.
Just for posting something they love. That's an insane come up.
Crazy come up.
And this is why you'll see I'm so passionate about Instagram. Like, I remember I said this on somebody else's, I said this on another podcast, and people were getting crazy on me. But I said, if I was to lose everything today, you could put me against any real estate investor. If we were to both start from zero, I guarantee I will build it up a lot faster. Starting Faceless, starting digital real estate, like I will get it faster with digital real estate than I would with real estate.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion. That's my personal take.
There's gonna be a lot of people in real estate to hear this.
Hey man,
y'all leave in the comments what y'all think about that. But no, I saw that and I was gonna bring that up because it was a moment where I was like, okay, he's talking now. Like now we shooting. But I love it because the confidence, one, right, and because you've done it time after time, seen it time after time, you understand what it takes to even get there. And I can tell like the knowledge is there, right? Like you know what it takes to do it. But here's my question for you, because I'm also, I understand that we don't own any of these, like we call them our platforms, and we don't own any of the platforms.
No, 100%.
What's your fail safe for if the platform goes down, if the platform kicks you off of everything?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
What's the fail safe for it? Number one, if the platform goes down, one thing that won't go down is social media. I mean, this is how people connect to people. Social media is actually relatively new. When you actually look back and when it really first started, it's relatively new. So even if Instagram was to go down today and MySpace was to come back, I'm going to MySpace. If MySpace was to go down and TikTok took off, I'm going to TikTok.
And you feel like you can do the same things there?
100%. The thing about theme pages is it's not just specific to Instagram. These pages have been around for years, far before I even knew what it was, probably far before I even knew what it was. But it's always going to be on social media platforms, because at the end of the day, think of it like this. People always have desires. People always have things they're interested in. I don't care if you put me on Instagram. I don't care if you put me on Gram. I don't care what it's called. You can literally put me on that platform. And if I'm a sports enthusiast, I'm going to find sports pages that post sports highlights. You can't take that away from me. I'm going to find, there's always going to be pages like this, pages on these platforms, even if we don't own it, that actually post the content that people love. So number one, to answer that question, Instagram can get deleted today, and there's going to be another social media platform that people are moving on to, and I guarantee you I'm moving with them. To answer your second point, what is your fail-safe, right? So I'm at the point where I have connections for like anything Instagram related. I'm being just transparent. Like a lot of things Instagram related, I have connections to. Like for example, relationships. Yeah, relationships is everything. So for example, we sold this Instagram theme page for $110,000. 2 months after we sold it, it got taken down. Like it got deleted. And I was like, yo. But within, I think, a couple of weeks, I got that account back for them, for the new owner. I got it back because of relationships, connections, it's everything. So to answer that point, relationships and connections is what makes me feel safe at night. Because at the end of the day, I understand and I know, hey, I don't own this platform. Hey, I don't own YouTube. I don't own TikTok. I don't own any of this. It can be taken away from me. But what I do know is, I'm confident in my ability to get it back with my connections and relationships.
No, absolutely. And just to go to that point, because I know this community is going to have a lot of people in real estate that's going to be like, Justin, who's this guy he's talking about, right? I just think like right now, like there's going to be a point, because you're going to make a lot of money doing what you're doing. You're going to get into real estate.
No, 100%.
Like, you know what I mean? Like 100%. He's not saying that. Like he's not. This is no diss to those guys that are investing and killing in that space. He's just talking about speed. If you want to do the thing with the least path of resistance, this is one of those activities that you can partake in and really work at.
Exactly. Right? So this is digital real estate. Don't get me wrong. I will always take real estate dirt in the ground over digital real estate in terms of long term, in terms of wealth, because wealth is long term. Wealth is generational. This is just something that's right now. There's a difference between getting rich and getting wealthy.
That's right.
This will get you rich. This won't get you wealthy. Digital, like actual real estate dirt in the ground will get you wealthy. But to clear up any confusion for anybody that probably thinks that if I was to lose everything today, I will start in digital real estate, take that, and then get into real estate.
Absolutely. I think that's where we all stand. Anybody with a brain stands there, right? But yeah, so I got some more questions for you. I don't want to hold you too long, but I find interesting that you so young found a space in this media where you are able to not only make good money, but you're able to speak on it, and you're not afraid of any competition that may come from it. Because there's so many pages, I'm sure you have the belief, like, it doesn't matter. Like, there can be 10 basketball pages that have 1 million plus followers. But I think the separation is also the business side.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of, when you look for leads and like opportunities to have, sponsorships or people paying you to promote, is that all just incoming, or how do you deal with, or how do you like have outgoing and outreach for those type of things? Do you do any of that?
So when you say outgoing and outreach, what do you mean by that?
So I'm referring to, like, for instance, when I want to get people on the podcast, I may just DM some people like, hey, you want to come on the podcast? Or if I'm trying to find Ryan Pineda some brand deals, we might blast some emails out there and try to connect with some of these agencies. Yeah.
So in terms of outgoing, can you do that? Absolutely. So we had this AI page. And once we got it to a point, a certain level where it was at a sustained like follower count, which we grew relatively really fast. Yeah. We started reaching out to these AI companies and like these AI companies, these AI startups, and they started reaching out to us. So in terms of outgoing, will every single Instagram theme page have the opportunity to just reach out to people? Nah, it won't. Okay. Certain pages, certain niches probably would. And to answer your first point, I don't believe in saturation when we're talking about a platform that has over 2 billion accounts on a platform. There's theme pages out there that made millions that I don't even know about. Like, there's theme pages in every single industry that you could possibly think of. And I don't believe in saturation, especially with how we do them. We do them a little bit differently. I don't look at these pages as just Instagram pages, just another Instagram page. I treat every single one like a brand, like a business. When people ask me, what do I do? In order to make the conversation straight to the point so people understand it, I tell them Instagram theme pages. But if I'm actually speaking to somebody and it's like, what do I really do? I own a media company. Right. That's what it is. I own a media company. So there's no such thing as saturation in my eyes when it comes to this.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. And that's how I view it. Like when I'm listening to what you're telling me, like, this is a media company. Yeah. Right. When you start talking about being paid to promote, you start talking about, because do you, let me ask this question. Do you run ads to push posts?
No.
So it's no paid promotion?
No paid promotion. So for example, our AI page, we grew from January to June. We grew to, I believe, over 400,000 or 500,000 followers, sold it for 6 figures, cool, whatever. When we first started that page, probably like the first week, this is exactly what we did. We put the page on private, and we paid other Instagram theme pages to promote our page, and we got our first 1,000 followers that way. But every single first 1,000 or 2,000 followers. And
do you do it like within the same niche? So if you have
within same niche,
you go get a cookie page to promote it?
Exactly. Wow. You picking it up. And if you want to get real creative, I would even tap into different niches that has nothing to do with my niche, but I'll relate it to it. So for example, we had this AI page, we tapped into a Christianity page and we tied in Jesus with AI. It was like, what is it? I think the promo was exactly, it was using ChatGPT and Midjourney, and it was like, hey, Midjourney, what would God look like, or what does Jesus look like? And then it just generated this image. But we used that because see how we combined the two industries, and then we told them, hey, follow at blank if you want to learn everything AI. But to answer your point, we did that for like the first 1,000 or 2,000 followers. After that, every single follower we gained was 100% organic. Because with the Instagram algorithm, I tell people this all the time, it's easier to go viral in today's day and age than it was 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago.
Wow. Let me ask you, you talked about, man, you're saying so much. Going viral. Yeah. People have different definitions of what they consider viral. Yeah. What is yours?
Yeah, my definition of going viral. My definition of going viral is garnishing enough viewership, likes, engagement on a post in which it's far above your average. So if I get on average, let's say 100 likes, 1,000 views, and I have this new post and they got 10,000 views and they got 1,000 likes, it's viral in my eyes because in comparison to my actual account, it's bigger than what I normally get. It's not universal it's not universal as to what it may be for everybody's account, but instead your individual account. A lot of times people think going viral is in comparison to, what's an example?
I've heard people say, like, even in our community, I don't consider it viral until it gets to 1 million. And I'm like, that's how hard that is? Like,
that's bull crap. That's bull crap. Like, Yeah, that's bullcrap. If your page only gets, let's say, 10,000 views max on like a reel, and you get a post that does 100,000 views, that is viral. Your video just went viral. It may have not went like ultra viral, but it definitely went semi-viral. It definitely went up there because it did far better than your average post. So my definition of viral is how it relates to your direct account and what your average engagement looks like.
Ty, what does the future look like for you?
Future look like for me?
Yeah.
That's a really good question. I'm starting to diversify and actually get into real estate. Yeah, I'm 22 years old, so I feel like it's time to
you're so young, bro.
I appreciate it. I feel like I want to start actually building wealth. And real estate is the way to do that. So I'm starting to look into actually getting real estate. Really, another thing is that I'm starting to do more of, what I'm starting to shift more towards, is I want to be, as counterintuitive as this may seem or sound, I want to be like more, what's the word? I want to show up more. I want to show light to everything I do because I've been doing this for years. I've been teaching people for over like 18 months right now.
Really?
And most people don't know, like I haven't, if you look at my Instagram right now, I'm an introvert. I don't like posting. I don't like, and that's counterintuitive to the Instagram guy, right?
Yeah.
I don't like posting. I don't like doing anything. I don't like doing anything like that.
Explains theme and Faceless.
Exactly. But I want to start being more intentional, giving the game to people, because it's crazy to think that there's faceless Instagram theme pages out here making millions of dollars, but nobody will ever tell you exactly how they're doing it, how they got started. So I want to be more intentional about that.
Yeah. Nah, bro, that's awesome, man. And you have a demeanor about yourself that's much older than your age.
I appreciate that.
And I respect what you're doing. Like, this is a hustle that you turned into a business.
Exactly.
Right? And this is a media company, dude. So like, I can't imagine what your numbers look like with like outreach, like real going after trying to get to the, I mean, you're doing it right now on just all incoming leads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Imagine what that looks like scaled out with a team that's going to go find you.
That would be crazy. And what we're doing is another thing that we're doing behind the scenes is building an umbrella. So for example, I mentioned earlier a page that we scaled and grew in 6 months and sold it for 6 figures. It was cool. Don't get me wrong. That was my biggest deal to date. I was 21 years old at the time we sold it.
Okay.
Biggest deal to date. But I'm thinking bigger. Like, I want to actually hold some pages. I want to build an umbrella of these pages in this very specific niche and just control the whole niche, like on some monopoly type stuff. And
real estate.
Yeah, real estate,
Digital
right?
Real estate.
Digital real estate. And I want to get that big bad exit. If Daquan could sell for 85 million, why can't I?
Yeah, bro. And it's gonna be much more by the time you're ready to do that with that umbrella.
Exactly.
That's awesome, dude. Well, I ain't gonna hold you any longer, man. I really appreciate it. Tell everybody where they can find you and where they can support you.
Yeah, definitely. Follow me on Instagram at Taijuan, Taijaun. If you're interested in getting started with your very first or next Instagram theme page, more than likely having a free training this week. So definitely tap into that. A lot of people say my free stuff is better than most people's paid stuff. So tap into that. I'm not going to sell you anything. Just show up. It's absolutely free to show up.
Absolutely. And if you want to see my guy on some of these wealthy creator calls, make sure you comment below. Let them know to come through. Man, whatever I could do to help you, support you, collaborate with you, let me know, dude. I'm looking forward to our relationship growing, man.
Definitely.
I really do feel something here between you and I where it is two creators in a space doing two different things, learning from each other.
Nah, definitely.
Right. And so I definitely look forward to seeing your story and where you're going with that, man.
Definitely. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Be sure to hit those links in the comments, subscribe, follow, do all of that good stuff that we're supposed to tell you at the end of these videos. I appreciate you all for tapping in with me. It's been another episode of Wealthy Creator. See you soon.